Boxing Lowdown, we're here and I'm about to preview the special event taking place this weekend. Ultimate Boxer 6 taking place in Manchester this Friday. Now, after all the action of the heavyweight drama last weekend, attention now diverts to the Ultimate Boxer 6 in Manchester. Terrific event, Ultimate Boxer. I went to the last one actually at the O2 Arena and it was just brilliant, like high intensity, just great atmosphere within the crowd.
Yeah, they've got music and
got music, they've got a live event there. It's just the whole show, the whole format is brilliant. And I'm a fan of tournaments, especially in boxing.
So talking of tournaments, is it, I guess it's similar in format to the old prize fighter, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of like,
but it's a more,
it's on that type of model,
developed version of it.
Exactly, yeah. So it's 3-minute rounds. Guys are just gonna, no one's trying to box to a decision in this sort of thing. Like, these guys are trying to knock each other out. And
bringing that smoke.
Yeah, very entertaining. The crowd's normally lively, and you know, people bring their fighters, people bring, you know, their fans from wherever they're from. And
yeah, because I heard that the demographic of the fans is quite young, and it goes to all different age groups.
Yeah, when I was there, I mean, there's just a young crowd that normally goes, and it's just a very good atmosphere altogether. So yeah, this one,
quite energetic.
This one on Friday should be very good, especially considering that it's heavyweights. Some recognisable names in that heavyweight list as well. So if we kind of look at who's fighting on there and kind of break down, you know, just a quick little bit run of their resumes, and then maybe we could decide who might be the favourite, if you could pick a favourite in this sort of thing. But I know you know some of the fighters on this particular list.
Yeah,
so
I've had a look at the fighters. There's 8 of them, and so I had a little breakdown, and I'll go through them. There's 8. So first up is Mark Bad News Bennett.
Yeah, unbeaten.
He's unbeaten, 5-0. And he was on the unlicensed scene before that, so he looks like a good shout. He's already beaten one of the guys already on this card, Chris Healy.
Yep.
And Chris Healy's a decent fighter himself, because Chris Healy's got to the final of the ABA. So yeah, Mark Bennett, man, that looks a good outside bet.
He'll be coming into this with loads of confidence. And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, Mark Bennett, Mark Bad News Bennett.
How about the southpaw? Chris Healy.
Chris Healy, yeah, he's a decent fighter as well. As I said earlier, former ABA finalist. You've got to be decent to get to an ABA final. I box myself.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So I know how hard it is to do that. So enough respect to him for that. He hasn't done quite as well as a pro, but that doesn't always tell the whole story, because you can get match tough, and you know, you're fighting in other people's hometowns, or maybe you're on the card of the favourite fighter and you don't quite get the decision. So yeah, he's out there. He's lost to Mark Bennett, as we said, and there's another fighter we're going to look at later called Jonathan Pilato. He's lost him as well, but Chris Healy is definitely very capable. Yeah.
How about the Glaswegian?
Jay McFarlane, yeah. He's actually the youngest guy in the tournament. Yeah, he's only 21. So
what do you think his nerves would be? Would he be going in there as the youngest guy, you know, full of confidence and thinking like, yeah, I'm ready to take on any of these guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's young, he's energetic. He's had 14 professional fights already at just 21 years old. So he's active. So that's going to count for a bit. So yeah, you know, he's in there with a shout for definite. And with these guys, they're being heavyweights. Let's be honest, man. If these guys hit you, it's going to hurt. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's definitely got a chance. Yeah, why not?
And how about this guy? I think this guy is possibly going to be one of my favourites, Jonathan Pilato.
Yeah, I've heard a bit about this guy, man. He signed with Frank Warren.
Did he train out of the Peacock Gym?
Yeah, he does. He trains out of the Peacock Gym, and I've been down to Peacock Gym a few times. Yeah. Pretty sure I've seen him sparring actually with Anthony Yard.
Yeah, he would be there with the likes of Tunde and Anthony Yard, yeah.
And also my boy Dan Aziz. Big shout out to Dan Aziz if you're watching. But yeah, so they call him Godspeed, man. So that tells you that he's quick. Yeah. He's 7-0. He's unbeaten. He's got a very good amateur record. London ABA champion, and I box in the London ABA, so I know how that competitive that is. Yep. He's also ABA novice champion, and he's also won the Haringey Cup. Haringey Cup weren't around when I was boxing amateur, but it's a prestigious tournament. Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing him.
What about the former professional rugby player that's in this tournament?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Josh Sandland. Sorry. Yeah, He's 4-1-1, and he's actually got a win over Jay McFarlane, the Scottish guy we spoke about earlier. So he's dangerous. And his only defeat was a couple of years ago, and that was to Tom Little. Right. Tom Little, who obviously fought on the undercard of that show in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, he looks. He used to be a rugby player. Yeah. So he's obviously a good athlete. Yeah, exactly. Good all-round athlete. So be interesting. Watch out for him.
Kamil Sokolowski, he's got a bit of experience behind him.
Yeah, this is an interesting name actually, because he's a former Muay Thai champion. And his pro career never started that well. He only won 2 of his first 13, and some of them were against big names. Dillian White, Cash Ali beat him. Cash Ali, we know, who lost recently
infamous fight with David Price.
And Gary Cornish, who's a Scottish champion, and who's been in with people like Anthony Joshua. So these guys are no mugs. He's lost to, obviously. Yeah. So Kamil Sokolowski. Yeah, he started off as a bit of a journeyman, but since then he's knuckled down. He's got a new training team apparently, and since then he's done well. Yeah. And people in the game are tipping him as a
dark horse, maybe. As a dark horse. I'm sure he'll be going in there thinking, you know what, I fought the likes of Dillian White. You know, I fought these guys before. Like, all right, he hasn't beaten them, but he has got the experience of fighting these guys. So, I mean, he'll be looking at this as an opportunity to get back in like that sort of mix, and I'm sure he won't be fearing anybody in this tournament.
No, absolutely not. No, if you've been in with people like Dillian White, Cash Ali, and Gary Cornish, particularly Dillian White, then you know that there's no fear in this guy. You won't be looking at these guys and feeling that he's out of his depth. So
for sure,
I'm sure he'll turn up.
What about one of the most popular guys probably on the card?
Yeah, Sean? Big Sexy. Big Sexy, man. Yeah, very charismatic guy. I've seen him a few times on TV. Very charismatic, big puncher, believes in himself. Has got a lot of swagger about him. Very good amateur. Yeah. I think he had over 120 amateur fights. I think he won, what, 90 out of 120, so that's pretty phenomenal stuff.
Very impressive. Did he box? Who did he box? Did he box anybody famous in the amateur ranks? That you know, that's.
Yeah, I think he didn't he fight. I think he's fought Joshua.
I thought he fought Joshua maybe twice. Yeah. Yeah,
I know. It's Philip Hergovich. Yeah. He's fought him, and he's fought Nathan Gorman, I think, as well. Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be up there as well.
So he'll definitely be up for it. 12-3. Yeah. So yeah, man, he's decent. He's decent. You know what I mean? So. And like I said, he's a charismatic guy. He'll be bringing that energy, and he's a big puncher, so I'm sure he's going to do well.
Well, how about the last contestant, Nick Webb? Now, we know about him.
Yeah, Nick Webb. Nick Webb's an interesting character because he was being highly touted at one time, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock defeat. Well, not a shock, but it was a bit of an upset when he lost to Dave Allen, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, because he was being highly touted at that time. He'd coming off the back of several back-to-back knockouts, highlight reel knockouts as well. He was looking good, he was looking confident. Yeah. He was calling out names, and I seem to remember the fight with Dave Allen was being viewed as a bit of a stepping stone fight. Yeah. They were looking to use Dave Allen as a stepping stone fight, and then it went wrong.
Didn't quite work out.
And then he had another bad defeat after that. Yeah. So he'll be looking to re-establish himself, and winning this title is a way to put himself back in the good favours of British boxing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Nick Webb.
Nick Webb. No, yeah, it'd be a good platform for him to get himself back up.
Yeah, if he wins this, then it will certainly do. I think for big things for his career.
All of these fights, such a great opportunity for, especially some of them that are might be not well known to a lot of boxing fans, but this is a great opportunity to get yourself out there, to get that golden robe, and
for sure,
you know, to get a bit of exposure, to get some of that prize money as well. This is just a terrific way to get yourself out there. So I'm very much looking forward to it, especially with it being heavyweights as well.
Yeah, when the heavyweights are on, you can't help but watching it. So I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. Some big punches there. Some big punches. It's a good mix actually, because I'm looking at it. There's some big punches there. Yeah. And obviously being heavyweights, most heavyweights anyway can punch, which makes their fight so exciting. But
they'll go for it as well.
They will go for it. You've got some good boxers there. So, for example, Jonathan Pilata is a very good boxer. So is Mark Bennett. Yeah. So is Chris Healy as well. So, you know what I mean? There's some good boxers there. Okay. And there's some gritty tough guys in there as well.
Mm.
And there's the potential for 1 or 2 upsets, which I'm sure, in a format like this, where it's 3 rounds and you've got to let your hands go, you know what I mean? You can't afford to coast.
Yeah.
So you've got to go in there and let it all hang out. And that's where some guys have come unstuck, isn't they? Because they've gone in there and they've had a hard fight, and it's left them slightly drained for the next one, and they've come unstuck because the body couldn't hold up.
Always hard to make a prediction in these sort of things, but if you were to make a prediction as to who you think would be crowned with that golden robe at the end of the tournament, who would you say?
It's a tough one, man.
Very tough to predict, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, my 4 favourites that I highlighted before would be, again, in alphabetical order: Mark Bennett, Jonathan Pilatta, Sean Turner, and Nick Webb. Would be the 4 that I would probably...
Well, if you had to narrow that down.
But if I have to narrow it down, it's difficult, man. I'm going to go for Pilatta.
Go for Pilatta?
Because he looks nice and fresh. He's unbeaten.
Yep.
He's got an outstanding amateur record, and these fights will be over 3 rounds. And I'm hearing a lot of good things about this guy. So yeah, I'll stick my neck out and go for him, but I'm not totally confident. Not because I'm not confident in him, but because the field is so strong.
Yeah.
He could run into a big shot early and get taken out. So.
Yeah, very good point. And
so I'm going for Pilatta.
I'll probably, yeah, I'm thinking Pilatta as well. It could be Sean Turner as well, maybe. Nick Webb's got something to prove.
Wouldn't surprise me if Sean Turner won.
Sean Turner's up there, yeah, but it's literally like, you know, who's who.
Yeah, it's very difficult to predict because of the format, because of the guys that are very evenly matched. The occasion is going to dictate that people have got to come in aggressive, let their hands go, and when that happens, anything can happen. Especially when you're talking guys 16 stone plus. Yeah. Anyone can get it, man. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'll be watching on TV. A very good friend of mine, Ronald, he's going to be commentating on this. So I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, me too. Don't forget, guys, if you guys want to check out The Ultimate Boxer, you can. It's live on BT Sport, Box Nation, and it'll be on BT Sport YouTube as well. So make sure you guys tune into that. This Friday, December the 13th, taking place in Manchester, is the heavyweights Ultimate Boxer number 6. Make sure you guys tune in. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.